92nd episode. Uh, this is something which we all have to look into as our journey on the platform as a human being. Now that's what I'm showing you, the earth. Nature in its original. Now nature in its original means it's always original. The only thing is we are actually either misusing or disusing it in a way where we make it not usable at all for either human beings or for animals. So one of the best good news for every one of is, at least from today, we all need to change and move forward and blend with the journey on this platform as a human being with nature. Now that's the message. Now when we are talking about the message, very important is, of course, this has given a very, very beautiful journey for me as a medical doctor. For 35 years, I've been on this platform, Earth, as a human being. And what I really learned is only when I saw the whole world holistically, I could really, incorporate a lot of beautiful things, and everything started working so beautifully that I don't need to worry about anything specifically I need to do, because the moment you're in that path of nature, which is the most beautiful path, life becomes so easy and you don't need to do anything. Everything is done for you. This is what is a secret I learned. The moment you're blending with the universe, everything falls all in place, and then we are able to get what we want. Many a times I notice that people will be telling me, you have to have this, you have to have that, you have to do this, you have to do that. Yes. But at the end of the day, what I found was with the mind, when you start doing a lot of things, we go wrong. So best would be is you should, from your spirit inside you, the soul inside you, you should start working with that. For that, your frequency needs to be very, very good. So saying that, what happens is the journey of my company as an epigenetic solution started off in 2015 actually, but my company has been there since 2000. And then the long journey, walking and walking and walking and walking and learning. And as of today, I am still learning on this platform with the beautiful souls on this platform from here and from outside. There are a lot of amazing things which I'm learning, and that has in turn given me a beautiful experience and to change to what is really necessary for us to live on platform Earth. Now, saying that, what happens is I have been noticing that we are all actually slowly drifting away from the nature. When I say that, this particular subject called epigenetics is something I wouldn't say it is new, because it's been there for millions of years in our cellular level. Only thing is we never recognized it, that this is something very important. Most of the time what we were doing is like quick fix solutions, like the DIY, what is, we get everything, whatever you want to do self. So most of the time we were trusting that the doctors would be able to help us to recoup from the diseases and, help us. Yes, of course, definitely. I am here to say that as a doctor, we are helping a lot of beautiful souls in our own ways. Like if you're talking about surgical intervention, where, like in my case, as an ENT surgeon, a person cannot hear, and then I go inside and, do the surgery and the patient can hear back. That's something amazing. A person who cannot breathe properly through the nose, we go and operate, he can breathe properly. So there are a lot of advancement in the medical field. But what I really learned is there is something more deeper. There is something more beautiful, which we have been ignoring, or maybe we are not looking into it. That's the reason I thought, let me get into this journey wherein we are able to, get into this epigenetic, which happened almost, I would say, 8 years. And from there, what happened is, until now, I'm still learning. I would say that I am still learning. And this epigenetics is a very vast, like an ocean. There are a lot of things. Even today, you won't believe, I was just going through certain basic principles of vitamin C. It's a very, very simple subject, but that vitamin C was something which I started I have read all about it, but still today when I was reading, I felt there is something new in it. So coming back to the epigenetics is something which enlightened me and which enhanced a lot of my capabilities as a doctor to look diseases beyond what I was looking at, and what I am looking now is a much more different journey. So what happens is, let's get back to the nature. Now, if you look at the sun, every day the sun, we say it rises, but actually the sun doesn't rise. It's there, only the earth moves and then goes up and down. That means we see as though the sun is rising and then the sun is setting. Now, when you look at the sun, if you look, sun has life. Do you think the sun, when it rises and then gives all the sunshine here, then it's expecting all the human beings to say thank you so much, and say, okay, fine, sunshine, you're doing this job, you're doing that job, and then because of the sun, there are a lot of plants growing. In fact, for human beings, because of the sun, the vitamin D3 is getting synthesized in our body. The sun doesn't even bother for that. It just does its job. Now, this is something which we human beings are supposed to look into, the nature's way of doing things on its own. But there are a lot of things we learn from nature. That's why we all have to go to nature and see what's there. So once in a month, at least, we all have to get to the nature to see how we can get the best out of the nature. And then from there, what do we learn? What we definitely teaches a lot of beautiful lessons from there. Now, when the sun is doing that, what are we in return doing back for the sun? Of course, we cannot go and touch the sun and say, "Oh, thank you very much for this." But from here, we can definitely express our thanks to the sun. But by saying thanks to the sun is so far away. You may think, how will the sun hear whatever we are telling? Now, this is a secret of our journey. Every human being, when we are living in gratitude. Now, what happens when you live in gratitude? There is a little bit of beautiful happiness which opens up within you. The happiness opens up within you. You start becoming very calm. The moment you are calm, your brain waves goes down slowly. Now, when the brain waves goes down slowly, what happens? You are able to understand the surroundings, and you're able to make some proper decisions. Now, this is what we need to understand, that everything happens in the right direction, provided you are your frequency is good and your brainwave frequency is at a lower speed, maybe at the theta level. Definitely we would be able to decide properly. We will be able to make proper absolute focus on what we want to do in life. So coming to the sun is that. Now the next situation what we are going to see is, let's look at the rain. Of course, do you think the rain is going to expect something? Okay, fine, from the clouds it's transformed into raindrops and then it's coming down onto the earth. Is it going to say, hey, human beings, you're all down there, I'm going to pour up, and because of me, all the plants are going to grow, and then because of the plants, you're going to get the food for you to eat? And of course, the water, very, very, very important. Without water, we won't be able to live. And the water I'm going to give, you all better be careful. You have to say a lot of thanks. You have to pay me so much of money so that I will give you the water. Absolutely no. The rain just pours on this planet Earth and then we utilize it to the maximum. Now, don't you think that we need to be very, very careful when we are talking about the water, the disposable of water, the usage of water? Aren't we wasting a lot of water? We are wasting a lot of water. There are a lot of people out there on the planet Earth, they can't even get one glass of water for them to drink. But here, just because our water supply is free, what are we doing? We are just opening the water and then wasting the water, and we are just disposing the water without any specific needs. Also, we just catch in a bucket and we throw it off. Washing our clothes, a lot of water is used. Washing your vehicle, a lot of water is used. Bathing, a lot of water is used. So like that, when you see, we are actually, in fact, wasting a lot of natural resources. And by doing that, what are we doing? We are actually getting into a stage where we will be depriving the facilities or the nature's gift for the future generation. And already you are seeing it. The bottled water is started available. Now a stage will come where definitely the water will be put in capsule form, because it's so difficult to get water. So they'll put it in capsule form and then concentrate it and then give you, maybe we do not know, maybe terahertz water, they'll put it in a capsule and give it to you, and then you have to swallow the capsule. So chances are very, very high that in the future things can become so difficult that we won't get water to drink as you are doing it today. But whether anybody likes it or not, let us take responsibility. It is an individual responsibility. Here on this, there is no competition, and there is nothing like, oh, just because they are doing, why should I do it? It doesn't work that way. You take responsibility, we take responsibility. It is our social responsibility that we all work on a common platform of preserving the resources and then able to at least the future give something for our future generation and go. So in that way, when you see the river doesn't ask you anything, the fire doesn't ask you anything. These are all the nature's gift, what we already have. Now, if you look at the river, of course, it starts from a mountain and then it travels along for kilometers together and then comes down and then joins the sea. Now, on the way while coming, of course, the water goes through a lot of trials and tribulations wherein it has to go through some rocks, where it has to go up and down, it has to go. Sometimes, like we human beings will put a dam in between and then say, of course, we are preserving the water and we want water for the irrigation purposes, and then we pick it up and then we use the water. But the water, when it started, it never thought that it will be blocked, and then it never thought that it is going to. Now, even after blocking, the water won't get up and tell you, hey, look, stop preventing me from going to the sea because that's my destiny. I'm supposed to go there. Why are you blocking? It's not going to talk to you. But it is all a necessity for us. Whatever we are doing, I say it's fine, no problem. But when you look at nature, there are a lot of things we are learning. See, at the end of the day, just learn from nature. It just gives. That's the message I would like to tell. It's the nature gives everything for you. It doesn't take anything back from you. It only gives you. So, like that, if we start becoming the giver of in the universe, everything will start beautifully falling in place for you. And then by falling in place, I mean everything will start moving forward in the same way as it should. And then definitely you will be benefited, blessed, and you will go beyond being a normal human being with using everything from nature. You can go to the next level. So we all should look into that part of it and start moving forward. Now, Earth is another area where we all are living here. This is the whole Earth I'm talking about. Now, when you look at the Earth, the Mother Earth is something which is been given to every one of us. On the day you're born, you don't own anything. On the day you go back, in fact, you go back to the Earth. Once you're buried into the Earth, after some years, you just become one of the. So you rise from the ash and then you go back to the ash. This is what is the reality of life. So in between is life wherein we are talking about as human beings. So what is that we need to do? We need to preserve nature as much as possible. Now, when I'm talking about preserving nature, your body is also nature. It contains all the five elements of nature. How are you preventing it? How are you balancing it? How are you balancing your five elements of nature? How are you balancing the five senses of what you have in your body? Now, for all this, you need to go beyond your human mind. Your human mind is a redundant, small, tubular, wherein it is very, very minimal. The knowledge what you gain from whatever books you are reading, it's all a very, very. You should just open up, and then when you start downloading the message from the universe, it's amazing. There are a lot of information which you can't believe you can download from the universe. That happens only when you blend with nature and live with nature and then respect nature, and then you should know how do you preserve nature. All these are all very, very beautiful information, and there are a lot of saints who came onto the earth and then they have told you and they have gone. But how many of us are really following it? We will say it is very difficult. Today we are all living in a world where there is a lot of competition. We need to do this, we need to do that. I agree with you, and it is slightly challenging for all of us. It's okay, but what is that possible by you? Please look into it, because I cannot come and tell you what you are supposed to do, because your way of handling your life, you need to work on it, and then you need to look into how you can blend with nature and then move forward. So living on earth is a temporary life what you are having on earth. There is no permanent solution for you to live on earth, and you're not going to live for thousands of years. You're after all here for either 50 to 100 years is our lifespan. Even in that, a lot of people are dying off because of lot of diseases and lack of empathy towards our own body and our eating habits and Of course, sometimes the nature by itself also is quite tough for us to live, because heat waves definitely that also will put a toll on our body, and people die. But whatever said and done, today the beautiful journey is that we are all here on this platform wherein we are here to listen to some information which I am sharing. So I am not doing a big job here. I'm just sharing whatever little beautiful information, what I have gained in my journey, and I'm sharing it to you. Now, this particular, it means a lot. Please look into it, what I'm talking. The universe created own self to experience itself through us. Now, does it make any sense for you all there? Please look into this. There is something which is, this is something has been taunting in my, I was wondering, what is this universe? Because this I picked up from one of the quotes of a great saying. And then I just modified a little bit, and then I said, wow, this is something amazing. The universe wants to experience itself through us. So how should you be? And it has created the universe within our body itself. Every cell is an universe. I think I've told this before. Every cell is an universe. If every cell is an universe, we have 50 trillion universe inside our own body. So imagine if on planet Earth there are 7.8 billion people living, and imagine the cells of each and every person. How many trillions and trillions of zillions of cells are there, which is all an universe. But the beauty is, your body you can control, you know what to do, you can actually experience, you can do what you need to do for the body. You cannot of course tell your heart, okay, now you're going to beat only 72 per minute, you're going to be now increase it to 120 per minute, or you go down to 40 per minute. You cannot say. The body by itself, because it's like an automated machine. The moment you put something in your mouth, chew it and then swallow it, after that you don't even know how the food goes through your food pipe, how does it go into your stomach, and how does it digest, how does it pick up all the vitamins, minerals, and trace elements from the food what you eat, and then send it to the cells, and the cells will recognize, okay, this vitamin A has come, okay, now I need to take this up, and then okay, probably send it to the skin, send it to the your eyes. So like that, they have to do the job of sending the particular vitamin to the particular organ for it to work. Now, are you giving any instruction for this? No, isn't it? So how beautiful is the universe inside you itself? So the moment you realize that the beautiful soul within you, inside you, is so beautiful, that itself will give you an edge for you to understand that it's something beyond your imagination. We are all created by the Creator with an amazing accuracy and specificity, and nobody can recreate another human being. But today, you can say, definitely we are seeing a lot of robots coming in. The way the robots are replying, and the way it talks is amazing. In fact, recently I saw one robot where there is a competition, a slapping competition. You know, this guy, the real human being, gives one slap to the robot, and then it falls down, and then after that it gets up, comes back, and then he gives one slap to this guy. He also falls down, and the power of it is so high. So I think the way we are all innovating and inventing things, a day will come, these guys will start fighting against us itself. We do not know. So in that way, there is a lot of challenges we all might have to go through in our life, but let's be a little sensible in what we are doing, and then pick up what is possible, and what good is there, let's pick up and then move forward. So once again, repeating, the universe created its own self to experience itself through us. It's amazing. Now, if you look at the Bible, it is very clearly said, the spirit in you and the spirit in me is the same as in God in heaven. It's an amazing. So there are a lot of beautiful things. It's been told by our beautiful masters who came in and then gave us a lot of important information about the creator. But at the end of the day, what we have done is we are imagining creators like this, creator should be like this, and creator will do like this. Actually, in reality, what I understood is it's just this beautiful universe. It's an energy form. And what we need to understand is understand the basic qualities of this universe, and then start walking into it and be a responsible person to move forward, and then work with the universe for you to move forward. Now, this is a very, very important, which we all should look into, because see, all animals, animal beings blend with nature and live in harmony. Now, this is something which we have to pick up. They live in harmony. They don't destroy anything, and they do not do anything against. For example, have you ever seen the birds waking up in the morning? They fly, go, have their food, come back to their nest by evening. Before the sunset, they will be back into their nest. They will be sitting there. And imagine until early morning, they will be sitting on the. They don't have a couch. They don't have a couch or a comfortable spring bed or mattress. And they don't have an air conditioner. They don't have a room heater if it's very cold, and the rooms are not very cozy for them. They all sit on the branches. They all create a nest. Now, what happens is they wake up in the morning, once again go back. They don't complain. The weather is so hot. Do they complain? Hey, this hot, very hot weather, I just cannot live, But human beings, I see a lot of them. If I see 10 people, out of that, 9 people will be telling, Doctor, it's so hot, it's so hot, it's so hot. I ask them, why are you repeating so many times? Yes, it's hot. We also know. What is the solution? It's up to you to decide what you want to do. Now, just imagine, just because you have an air conditioner, of course, you switch on the air conditioner. Now, how many people in the world can afford an air conditioner and then switch on the air conditioner, go sit inside? There are a lot of people, they don't even have a houses. In fact, recently I saw one of the, I think he was a rug picker. I saw under the bridge here near my house. And that guy was, actually, they were all stones down there, and he's lying down on the stone and then keeping some old, thrown away materials under his head, and then he's lying down, and his old bicycle there. I was wondering, how is this man lying down and, resting there? Because the shade was there, he is resting now. Do you think he can also complain, why is it so hot? I don't have a pet also. But that guy was just, he's also a human being. So like that, when you see a lot of things, we are all too, we all live in too much of comfort, and then we don't understand that there are a lot of other people and other nature beings wherein they don't look into that kind of comfort. You have to, so what we need to do is, we need to just stop complaining about weather or any situation. Stop complaining. You cannot change, don't talk. Why I say this very, very clearly and very specifically is, see, you can tell, okay, it's very cold or very hot, you can tell, but can you go and change the climate conditions and make it cool? You cannot do that. Then why are you talking? Why are you wasting your time? What is the alternative you need to do? What are the solution you can do? If there is a solution, look for it. So always looking for a solution plays a very, very important role on planet Earth, rather than complaining about a situation which you cannot change. Many times we cannot change. So best is just move with that. So when you look at the animals, they just come, live and go. They are not bothered how many years they are going to live. They are not bothered whether they are going to build a house. They do build a house. You just see the birds there due to rain. If the nest is broken or gets dismantled, they once again rebuild it. They don't complain who this person came and destroyed my this one. Especially you see the honeybees, they collect the honeys, go on for how many days they go and do that job, and how many kilometers they travel and bring the honey actually for them to, as a nourishment, they come and keep it there. But what we human beings do, we go beautifully throw this one out, and then we pick up the honeybee and we bring back, and we actually many times I would always feel, what are we doing? So, but of course, many times it won't be justifiable that we go on telling them what are we supposed to do here on planet Earth. So it's fine. I would say individually you all decide which is right for you, which is an ideal thing, how much can you preserve, and then how much you will be able to move forward. It's up to you to decide. It's all about the individual journey of life. Now, we are the only human beings. Utilize everything from nature, finally destroy it and damage it. And not only damaging it, what happens? You change the ecosystem. Now, the moment you change the ecosystem, what happens? Everything changes. Your weather changes. Now, it is not you one person, but of course, it's a collectively, all the human beings are responsible for it. And then, of course, we have, in the name of industrialization, in the name of development, in the name of improvement, in the name of civilization, in the name of evolution, you name anything. But at the end of the day, what are we doing? Is there anything good we are doing? Please do it. But of course, if you're looking at mobile phones, it's one of the wonderful innovations of for mankind. It's made life very easy, but at the end of the day, you see, maybe 40 years ago, we didn't have a mobile phone, and that time there was only a landline. And then now, at those days, I still remember during my college days, we never had have a phone at home at all. In fact, the first phone we received in my home was somewhere in 1992 or 93. That was the first time the dialing type phone was there, and then that was something which that was in 92. But those days, especially for us to meet any friends, what we used to do was we just tell them, okay, tomorrow we meet here, or day after tomorrow we meet here. We will just take our cycles, and then that time we didn't even have a two-wheeler, petrol two-wheelers also we didn't have. Of course, we had two-wheeler, I think so, but most of the time we used to use cycle. Now, saying that, what is happening is, with all the advancement today, if someone gives an appointment to you, we notice that they cannot keep up the appointment timing. That's something which I notice now. I tell a patient come at 10 o'clock means they won't come at 10 o'clock. They'll come at 10:15 or 10:30. And then what happens is they will give all the excuses in the name of a jam. And then, of course, see here, I say, when you are coming out, you need to value the time of the other person. And then you need to definitely be on time to that particular place. And then you should make things possible. So, what am I requesting every one of you is, we have to stop destroying, we have to join together, we leave a legacy of nature behind and go. This is something we all have to do it, and take little steps like little drops of rain make a mighty ocean. Do that, and then let's walk our journey. Now, saying that, the best gift for human beings is of nature is water. This is something beautiful. I think it's been told that the first best thing what the universe would have done for human living or to the on the planet Earth is creating water. Now, when I say creating water, that is something very beautiful for all of us, all the living beings. Without water, there wouldn't be evolution. So water played such an important role. And then for you and me, drinking water is something very important. And today we have there are so many things we have on planet Earth, and then what is that we need to do? The first thing, drinking water from natural sources is the best. So what I mean by natural, it should be from a river, or it should be from a well, or it should be from oasis, or it can be the rainwater. Now, where do we go? Of course, we'll start looking for it. From where, if you're talking about in Klang, which river can I go? Which well can I go? Which oasis can I go and pick up the water, or even rainwater? If you won't believe this testing I did, collected the rainwater almost for 1 hour. My bucket full filling with the rainwater was dirty for 1 hour. It has been very dirty for 1 hour. So it took almost 1 hour for the dirt which is there, the pollution which is there in the air to settle down. Now, then only the water was pure. So those days, my school days and all, we were told that rainwater is the purest water. So those days, probably initially within 10 minutes of rain, I think it will be pure water. Then when you can drink the water, and it had O3. The smell of the oxygen is O3. That is ozone. Something very nice. Now, you normally when you drench yourself in rain, especially the ozonated water, you will feel very fresh. But today, if you see people, they will tell doctor, I drenched a little bit and suddenly I get flu, I get sore throat, I fell sick. So that's how what we do is, we don't allow our children to go and play. Yes, I agree with you, because the rainwater, the initial rainwater is dirty. So definitely it is not. Even if you go drench, all the dirt will come and sit on your body, and then that gets inside you. It will create a problem for you. Now, what we need to do is, let's go into the real thing. What you need water, right? So what you need to understand it, you just need a clean water. This is a very basic, very basic, clean water without bacteria. There shouldn't be any viruses. or fungus or heavy metal or parasites, and our pH should be between 7.5 to 8.5 is good enough. But if you're having an ionizer where you can go up to 9, is still fine, absolutely no issues. And your ORP should be minus 200, and your TDS, that is total dissolved solvent, is up to 100 is okay, but 200 should be also okay. But anything more than that, it is not good. Now, saying that water, you need to get a clean water. This is a very basic one. But if there is an advantage for you to get into something better, why not? We should look into it. Now, that is where we need to have some water. You look at the water molecule. The angulation is around 106 to 109 is called live water. And if this one water molecule can go inside this water gates, it's called the aquaporin water gates, and you can see the cell membrane, it can go inside. It should be good, isn't it? Now, this is where we all need to understand that the water molecule has to be between 40 to 60. Then the water molecule, the size of the water molecule, I'm telling, it can go inside. That is when your cellular hydration takes place. Now, cellular hydration is something very, very important for all the organs, all the tissues. It has to be very, very important, because only when you have cellular hydration on the optimal side, everything starts working very beautifully, and your cells are very happy because everything, the nutrition comes in, the metabolism goes in, and then it can throw out whatever required unwanted waste products. So cellular hydration is the key for our survival. Many of us don't realize this, but it is something very, very survival of our cell tissue, organ, and the body as a whole. So drinking sufficient amount of water is very, very important for every living being on earth. But on the other side, if you see, dehydration is the cause of many diseases, but it is not picked up by blood test or other any investigation. Now, dehydration is something most of us would even think is, you feel thirsty, you drink water. But when your cells are thirsty, they won't even tell you that they are thirsty, but they need water. But by the time the 50 trillion cells, out of it, 70% of the cells feel that they need water, that is when you start feeling thirsty. But starting from few cells to 100,000 cells or 200,000 cells or 1 million cells, you may not feel. So here, drinking sufficient amount of water regularly plays a very, very important role in your optimization of health. Now, when you drink water, there can be a lot of good benefits you can get, wherein your diseases can be probably help to get cleared up, or maybe your disease can come down in terms of diabetes can be better, your blood pressure can be better, maybe your heart issues are much better, your allergic reactions maybe slightly lesser. All this can happen. Why? Because water goes inside and your cells will do what it is supposed to. Now, if your allergic situation is there and then you drink water, your toxins. Now, why do you get allergy? Is because of the toxins. It's because of the heavy metals. It's because of the pesticides which the food you're eating. These are all you cannot see with your eyes, but it already goes in slowly. It goes step by step, little by little, it goes in, and you don't even. But one fine day you will come and tell, "Hey, doc, I'm having this allergy." But you will say, "Hey, doc, I never had all this problem before." Yes, we agree with you, never had this problem, but today you're having it, right? Now, immediately, of course, we cannot go and tell, okay, pinpoint and say, okay, this is your problem, because we are not going to check all your 50 trillion cells in your body and check everything and then find out what is happening. But as a holistic measure, we of course have diagnostic tools where we pick up screening tools. I would call them as screening tools. From there, as a doctor, I can pick up a lot of information from that and then tell you, okay, these are the things probably you're having. And then, of course, when you correct them, you should feel better, isn't it? That is something beautiful. So you should look into what exactly is the situation and then change it over for you to become better. So whenever you have a disease, this is what I request every one of you is, when you have a disease, it's already stage 4, you know. When you're in stage 4, and I'm talking about stage 1 changes to be done. If stage 1 changes need to be done, It takes a lot of time. Slowly, cell by cell, we need to help them to become better. Now, if I'm going to tell you you're supposed to take this particular vitamin, these are all supportive nutraceuticals. But why not you look into drinking water, which plays a very, very important role, number one. Number two, your food habits. What kind of food are you eating? When are you eating? What time are you eating? And how much is it cooked? How much of junk food are you eating? Everything plays a very, very important role. Now, if you are looking at fast food and food prepared from any restaurants, please understand they are not going to use the most expensive oil for you, like virgin coconut oil or olive oil or bran seed oil. They are not going to organon oil. All this they are not going to use because it's all quite expensive. So they will use the 2 ringgit 50 cents oil only, which you can available in the packets, and of course they buy in uh, 15 liters or 20 liters big cans. It is the cheapest oil what they can. That's what they can afford to. So what is the benefit you can get when you're going to eat a fried whatever food or fried item from that particular oil? If you want to try, you just buy the 2 ringgit 50 oil, which is sold in 99 market and other places. It's just a packet of oil. Just buy the oil. Now, this is a testing you all need to understand, and please do it. Put your hand into the oil and take it out. Now, once you put your hand into the oil, take it out, and then you try using soap for you to clean that oil. Let me tell you, you can wash it 5 times or 10 times. You still will feel very, very sticky and uneasy. Where this I've already tested, and I feel, hey, 2 ringgits 50 cent oil can be so sticky, and then it doesn't go off so easily. Even after washing almost 5 to 10 times, it doesn't go. It's still very uneasy feeling. Now, the same thing, you're putting something to fry and then you're taking it out and eating it. So what happens? Definitely your body finds it very, very difficult for it to, remove that particular oil rancidity. It can't remove. And then definitely there is a lot of digestion issues you will face. And then there will be a lot of mucosal damage it will be causing to your gut system. And then once your gut system gets screwed up or it gets spoiled, let me tell you, there is a disease called autoimmune disease. The moment autoimmune disease sets in, it can be in any form. It will manifest. It can be a thyroid problem. It can be a diabetes. It can be a blood pressure, kidney issues. It can be pancreas. It can be cancer issues. Anything will be triggered. Now, once it gets triggered, what happens is stopping that will be difficult because you have to go back to the cell. Now, how many years the damage has taken? How is it going to go back? And then it all depends on you, what you're going to do to clear that path. So that is why right from childhood and to the teenagers, better teach them the right food habits and then ask them to pick what they eat and then be choosy in what they are eating. And drinking water should be the priority for them every day. So this is what you all have to do. Now coming back to the cellular, if you can see this photograph very beautifully, if the unhealthy dehydrated cells, can you see here what's happening? The toxins get accumulated inside the cell here, the water goes inside and then it goes outside. A healthy hydrated cell can do all the functions very beautifully. Now with today's technology of on this terahertz platform, you're seeing here what is the size of the water molecule. It's around 7.6 is our terahertz. Is almost the smallest molecule available right now. Now, when you look at the other size of the water, can you see there what is the size? The biggest is your milk, protein. Now, this is where protein takes a long time for it to digest in your stomach. Okay, whereas when you're talking about your starch and carbohydrates, the digestion starts from your mouth. Now, when I say digestion starts from your mouth, you need to understand that you need to chew the food properly. So you want your diabetes to come down, you better chew your food properly and then swallow it. That is how your diabetes also will be slightly low and will be under control. So when you gulp everything inside and you're standing and eating the food is not at all a good idea. But you see today all the roadside, or maybe you go to a thing, you just stand and eat and then come back. So this is what there are a lot of things we need to, but I do not know how we are going to change. Individually, you all have to understand, please make your life more beautiful because you live only once on planet Earth. So start looking at how do you respect your body? How are you going to uh, support your body through nutrition? This is what you need to work on. And saying that, Now, what happens is, of course, we have our terahertz resonator, which is a beautiful instrument, and then there are a lot of good things about it because the resonation of water, it becomes smaller molecule, and that it does is an advantage for you because the smaller the molecule, easier. If I'm going to say nanoparticle, today, if you see, there are a lot of what I would say is your nutritional supplements, and there are a lot of powders available in the nanotechnology. Why they say nanotechnology is because it's a smaller molecule. So nano means it's small. So when it is small, it is easy for absorption. Especially now, there are a lot of film coated products available, which you put it on the tongue itself, it will dissolve and then it gets absorbed. There are a lot of sprays available. Put it under your tongue itself, it will be able to absorb immediately, and you will see a lot of beautiful benefits with that. So in that way, with terahertz also being a small molecule, the absorption is much better, and then it is able to do a lot of good things because cellular hydration. See, at the end of the day, cellular hydration is something you need to understand. It's the water molecular size which is important, but at the end of the day, if the machine, that means your cell, doesn't recognize the water and then doesn't do the job, even if you drink the best of water in the world, there is no use because at the end of the day, the cell has to do the job. So we need to understand that our body is created such a beautiful way that let's use it, optimize it, and then preserve a lot of beautiful things, whatever best possible. As long as we live on earth, let's do something and let's leave something so beautiful that it should be a good memory that we did something, and then we are allowing our the future generation to enjoy the nature. So nature holds the key to our aesthetic, intellectual, cognitive, and even spiritual satisfaction. This is something very beautiful today, quote I picked up. So why I would request every one of you would be is stay hydrated. Very important. Stay tuned with nature. This is a very important thing. You need to blend with nature, stay with nature, be with nature, and leave a beautiful memories of living on earth. We have to. First of all, we need to enjoy that. The moment you enjoy that, the joy is already there. The blissfulness within us is already there. If the blissfulness is there, your aura, your energy fields around you is much bigger, and that in turn will attract other people and see, hey, how come this person is so beautiful, always glowing, always happy. It all happens starting with our cell, which is happy by drinking water, eating the right kind of food with optimal nutrition, and then balancing of everything, balancing of detoxification, balancing of our cellular health. All this has to be done step by step. So you need to have a proper routine in life. Waking up in the morning and then plan your breakfast, plan your lunch, and plan your dinner, and the life is so beautiful, everything starts falling in place. And the most beautiful joy of life is your heart full of contentment of being on this planet earth as a human being is the most beautiful thing. Just go back and sit down and think, isn't that a very beautiful feeling that you are a human being? See, today we are all on this platform, and just imagine, can any animal come and just join the Zoom and say, okay, fine, I'm going to listen to Dr. Prabhu here? Which animal can do that? None of the animals on the planet Earth. There are trillions of animals on planet Earth. But at the end of the day, what is that we are doing here? In Malaysia, our population is almost 32 million, 32, 35 million. But here on the platform Earth, I see only 65 people on this platform here. So what is happening? Is it good or is it not good? We should feel ashamed that with this today's kind of advent and with this today's kind of world, why aren't people coming attending? Is there any payment you people are paying? No, isn't it? Then why is that you people cannot invite, and why people cannot come and listen to this talk and exchange the information, share the information? Or am I giving some wrong information where you people don't understand, or it's something wrong I'm giving where it's not good for your day-to-day life? But I see to that everything should be given, and I work for it. I take responsibility. Like that, you all should take responsibility in sharing the information and making it possible that at least let them come and listen and go is very important, because at the end of the day, knowledge, without knowledge you cannot move forward. Only when you know, there are a lot of good things wherein And there are a lot of beautiful speakers on this platform where they will be giving a lot of information. And every beautiful speaker has his own way of presenting about the water and giving information. So saying that, it's a beautiful journey. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to be here on this platform. And then, as Brian said, it's a beautiful journey and another 8 episodes to go. I would request every one of you pick up all the information, even though it's just 45 minutes of information I'm sharing. If there is something good, I would request you enjoy it, appreciate it, and then share the information with the people around you so that they also get the knowledge and we all should move forward. And saying this, thank you very much, and up to you, Brian. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Doctor. Thanks for sharing for tonight. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, all right. Thanks, Doctor, for your tonight sharing. All right. So I think it's tonight's
No
talk about
questions.
nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tonight there's no question about nature. Okay, it's a special topic tonight. I feel it's a special topic for us. Okay. So until I see you all again. Okay, in next week. Okay, every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Okay. Thanks for you all for tonight. Thanks, Doctor, for you all
Thank you.
for your sharing.
Thank
Okay.
you.
See you all
Thank
next week.
thank you,
Thanks,
Brian.
Doctor.
Bye.
Bye.